Now, without further ado, everybody sit back, enjoy the music, tap your toe. I always say tap your toe, clap your hands, have a good time. Just be careful if you stand up dancing. We will judge you, and he will catch you on the camera. Our first ensemble that we are going to have tonight is our percussion ensemble. The percussion class has grown through the years. When it was my brainchild to start the percussion ensemble, I don't even remember how long ago it was small at first. It's now grown into about 30 students. And of those 30, only 2 are seniors this year. And we have a large group of percussion coming from the middle school. So the percussion class program just keeps growing. It allows the students we get to spend one-on-one time with them, and they're not just in the back of the room being ignored. They're learning percussion ensemble music, which is what you're about to hear. They're learning individually how to be a good percussionist, not just on one instrument, but on a lot of instruments. I have the fortune of getting to teach that class with a very talented individual. Miss Justine Limo is not only a graduate of Woodstock High School, but let me tell you a couple more things before I hand the mic over. Miss Limo was a graduate of Woodstock in the band program. She went on to West Georgia College, where she got her music ed degree. She had a short period of teaching, and then her last teaching position was at Woodstock Elementary as the music teacher over there. Now she owns her own company, Sing First, which is in downtown Woodstock. Has a ton of families that participate in that. I'm also proud to say that she was just told that she will be presenting as a speaker at a music conference in Chicago in July of this year. So congratulations to her for that. She's about to start her 14th season with us here at Woodstock High. Please welcome to the stage Miss Justine Lemon.
Yes, I am so excited to be rounding off another year here with Woodstock, and so enjoying working with all these percussionists and the band in general during marching season, now inside when we get to do lots of percussion ensemble stuff. We've been having a blast. So we're going to do 3 pieces for you, and I always like to share that I think the highest expectation I can give the students when we're doing percussion ensemble pieces is if I don't have to be on stage a lot. If I don't have to conduct the pieces, they've done what they're supposed to do. And I am so excited to say that I don't have to conduct any of these pieces tonight. They have done such a fabulous job. So we're going to start off with Clave Sons. And Clave Sons is what they call like a teaching piece. It's meant to introduce the students to a different style. So this one is introducing a lot of Afro-Cuban rhythms that they'll find in a lot of their concert pieces. So it's a nice way to learn it. The fun thing about these guys is we get to take it from just a learning piece to a really fun and expressive piece of music. So I'm excited for you to hear it. And so without further ado, here's Clave Sons. Isaac and Caden up here featured on our xylophone and marimba in that too. If you could just give them one more round of applause. So one thing that I really love about percussion instruments is that there is a lot of them. I was always one that wanted to play a lot of different things, and I thought it was so cool that in the back of the room in the percussion section, you get to play all the things. And they're basically categorized in two ways. There's pitched percussion and there's non-pitched percussion. So you saw a mix of that in the first piece. We obviously had a very clear melody coming out of our xylophone and our marimba, very easy to understand. And now in this next one, we're gonna play Escape Route. This one's a little interesting. It only has one pitched percussion instrument, and it's the timpani. Now usually the timpani are played by one person, set up around them as you saw Shannon did in that first piece. But for this one, we're gonna have a split timpani part. So their goal here is if you closed your eyes, it would sound like only one person was playing the part. But they're gonna play it as two separate parts, split up in between the two of them, and they're also gonna do it across the stage from each other, which is not an easy thing to do at all. So again, an instrument meant to be played by one person, gonna be played by two, and then they kind of have a team with them too. So we've got team one over here, and we've got team two over here, which again, very tough listening environment, and I'm so impressed by them, again, that I do not have to conduct this piece. I'm gonna talk a little longer to let them finish tuning these timpani, make sure they get in the right spot. But what I want you to listen for is, with this one, yes, the timpani, the pitched instruments will be playing some of the melody, but you're also going to hear a melody from our non-pitched percussion. So really open your ears up for that and see if you can follow along on their escape route. Hopefully at the end they will escape. That's our goal, right guys? We're going to escape. So I hope you really enjoy Escape Route. That featured Liam on this side and Braden on this side on the timpani. You can give them a huge round of applause. I love it. So much fun. We're gonna switch out for our final piece. This final piece is one I'm really excited for because I didn't find it. And that's really cool. It was brought to me by this guy right here, Sebastian, and enthusiastically supported by all of his peers. They were like, we have to do this, we want to do this. And I looked at it and I was like, guys, this is hard and it's long and I don't know. You're gonna have to practice. But the reason I was so excited that they were bringing it to me is that we've been fortunate enough to create a culture where they're excited about being percussionists, and that's not something you always find. Sometimes percussionists they get ignored in the back of the room. They do a lot, and we are lucky enough to have a band director that very enthusiastically supports the percussion section, so we're so excited about that. Thank you again, Mr. Lear, for that type of support. As they're finishing setting up, I also want to mention, because I will not be talking after this percussion ensemble part of it, but I want you to watch throughout the whole concert how much they get mixed up back there. So you don't just see keyboard players, you don't just see snare players, you don't just see, there's the bass drum player. They're gonna be all over this stage. So I just want to make sure that you see that too, because it is a really cool thing again that has been so supported by Mr. Lear. He was adamant that his percussionist would not be pigeonholed into one spot. So I think we're close. Starfall has been a blast. It is a piece of music that they give you the music for, but then you have a lot of creative license. Like, for example, in the back, there is a metallic percussion part, and it doesn't tell you what kind of metallic percussion to use. So everything you see from the bells, the crotales, and the chimes, that's something we kind of created together. The piano part is also optional, which I can't understand why, because it's beautiful, and Mads has done such a wonderful job playing it. And then finally, as you can hear her tuning right now, there was no bass in this piece at all. And I was just like, we have a percussionist who is a great orchestra player, great bassist, we're gonna use her. So after they're done tuning, I'm excited for you to see this creation that we've made of Starfall. All right, please enjoy Starfall.
everybody. We're off and rolling. Our group on stage is the concert band, and our concert band has been working very diligently and hard, and I've been very proud of the progress that we've made this year with this group. First piece you heard was a little trip to Cairo, if you will. Bucket list item for me, a little selfish of me to want to play something from Egypt. Someday I'll see those pyramids. But I thought they did a great job and a good way to start the concert. All right, so at this time, we have, you might have noticed this tall gentleman that is shadowed and been walking nearby me. Well, this is our first year that we've taken, I've decided to say yes to a student teacher. And let me tell you, I have not regretted it 1 minute. It has been wonderful to have a rising music educator. He actually already has his degree, and he was here this whole week on free time and making sure that the concert happens tonight. And so at this point, let's welcome to the stage from Reinhardt University, recent graduate, Mr. B. Okay, we talk about the combination of the groups and why we do it and what it's good for. It allows the third band to reach for the level of difficulty for the second band, and in a few minutes you'll get to hear a combo between our top two groups. So it promotes a full ensemble approach to being able to hear a lot more musicians and work with a bigger group of people on stage, and it also challenges them with harder literature. So good job, group. Now we're going to thin the group out a little bit, and we are going to keep just the symphonic band members for our next two pieces. So give us just a moment. This one I'm going to take a moment to just let you know the backstory to this one. It says, I Am was commissioned for the Cedar Rapids Prairie High School Band in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Anybody from Cedar Rapids out there? No. And it was written in February of 1990. It was written in memory of Lynn Jones, a baritone saxophone player in the band who was killed suddenly in an auto accident during that winter, 1990. The aleatoric section in the middle of the piece is intended to represent the foggy morning of the crash in which Jones passed. The words I am are taken from a poem that he wrote just a few days before his passing. This piece is not intended in any way to be an elegy, says the composer, but instead it is meant to be a celebration and a reaffirmation of life. The poem that was written by Lynn Jones is now going to be read by Abby Cosgrove.
I am. Life, music, competition. I like exciting things and doing good for others. Beauty, successfulness, and smartness are important to me. I like to achieve recognition. I can succeed if I really put my mind to it. I am very set in my ways. But I can change when I realize my ignorance. I like a simple, nonchalant lifestyle. I hate ignorance. I hate structuredness. This is me. I am. Lynn Jones, 1990.
Okay, now we're going to swing our emotions all the way back to the good old days, 1940s, and we're going to bring back out our student teacher, Mr. B, for the great Steamboat race.
Thank you, everyone. While we're waiting for percussion to set up, I just want to say how much of a privilege it has been to be with your students. Can we give them a round of a hand, please? I don't think there's a more welcoming school in this entire county, or dare I say the state. So, I know, big thing to say. I had a student-teacher showcase last Wednesday, and the only thing I could think about saying about these kids is that I have been spoiled rotten by the talent and the professionalism and just the friendliness. Oh my goodness, the amount of people who say hi, Mr. B, to me when I walk in every morning. It has been such a pleasure. So I really want to thank the parents mostly for raising such amazing kids. So thank you. Thank you. Real quick, here's the program notes. From the first time two steamboats met and passed each other on the Mississippi River, pilots and owners have competed to see whose boat was the fastest. Perhaps the most famous of these races occurred in the summer of 1870 between the Robert E. Lee and the Natchez. In June of 1870, the Natchez made a record-breaking run from New Orleans to St. Louis in 3 days, 21 hours, and 58 minutes. Captain T.P. Leathers and the Natchez were lauded as the fastest on the Great River. Captain John W. Cannon of the Robert E. Lee decided that the success of the Natchez could not go unanswered. While waiting for the Natchez to return to New Orleans, he readied his great steamboat for the race. Here is the Great Steamboat Race by Robert W. Smith.
All right, when Ensemble on stage, I would like to, before we start this concert, recognize our special group tonight who is performing in their last concert, and that is our seniors. So in any of the groups that we've had on stage, or if you're backstage, or raise your hand if you're in the back, if you're a senior, would you please stand at this time? Seniors. And now it only seems fitting that we play Mother of a Revolution as our seniors will embark in a revolution in their next journey by Omar Thomas. Hold on, it's about to get real. Okay. There's always that one piece in the concert that gets your blood going. That one isn't it? All right. Mr. B is going to come out and give his final performance tonight with the Wind Symphony now. The song has been a lot of fun. I don't want to steal from it. I'm going to let him talk about it. Please welcome once more to the stage, Mr. B.
They're so crazy, all of them. Into the Silent Land. On December 14th, 2012, 20 children and 6 educators were killed by a gunman at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Sandy Hook, Connecticut. Having grown up in Sandy Hook, just a mile from the school, this is where Steve Daniel, the composer, attended grades 3 through 5. As a composer, he wanted to write a piece about the simple idea of remembering, not forgetting what happened, not forgetting about these children, not forgetting about the grief that their families must feel. This piece incorporates elements of a funeral march, as well as a lament, turning into an ascension hymn. This piece will also include a narrator part, reading the poem Into the Silent Land by Christina Rossetti, which will be narrated by Madison Brodus. This is Into the Silent Land.
Remember me when I'm gone away, gone far away, into the silent land, when you can no more hold me by the hand. Remember me when no more, day by day, you tell me of our future that you planned. Only remember me, you understand. Remember me when I'm gone away, gone far away, into the silent land.
Each year, our senior class gets votes on a senior pick, something from the previous 4 years that they performed that they would like to do one more time. So our final selection with the Wind Symphony tonight is Star Wars from The Force Awakens. It is, it's not an easy chart. It's a chart that will take you in another direction. If nothing else is true tonight, boy, we've been swinging emotions back and forth tonight. So this one's going to lift you back up in a way that John Williams does. So we hope you enjoy The Force Awakens from Star Wars. All right. Are you still awake out there? You're like, All right, well, we are about to get really cranked up with our next group, all right? We saved the jazz band for last so that we can wake everybody else up that's fallen asleep out there. So one last set change, everybody. We'll be right back with the Woodstock High School Jazz Band. You're not going to want to miss this. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Woodstock High School Jazz Band. Just coming off our world tour of downtown Woodstock and Alatoona High School's world tour. We thought about making t-shirts, but we said, yeah, we'll skip that. These guys behind me have had two recent performances off campus, downtown Woodstock for the Woodstock Arts Festival, and then also at Lush Group Performance Evaluation for Jazz Band. And some of you might have not known that was a thing, but it is. And while we'd love to have it in our district, District 9 that we're in, we don't have one. So I took these guys over to Cobb County with the big boys, and they played quite well. The judge came, one of the three judges afterwards comes up on stage and they do a clinic. Well, we got the judge that was from the University of Alabama, jazz director, came up on stage and he looked at me and he said, really good job. I don't have a lot to say. And I went, well, think of something. If not, they're going to get... And he said, okay, guys, we got a lot to work on. So I was like, okay, good. All right, cool. So these guys are a lot of fun. If I could do jazz band every day, no, Mr. Ingham, I would do jazz band in class every day. It'd be my full-time gig. But these guys have been a lot of fun. We are now going to change from a swing chart. We're going to go into a funk chart, made famous by Gordon Goodwin's Big Fat Jazz Band. It is a title called Don't Steal My Stuff. It is going to feature two of our senior jazz brass players up here, Kasha Ebbs on trombone and Mia Torado on trumpet. And here we go with a little funk chart, Don't Steal My Stuff. You begin to see why I love this group so much. They're just tons of fun. As we say, they ate it up, right? Yeah, they ate it up. Okay. All right, we got 2 more charts for you. I promise. I'm gonna get you out of here before midnight. All right. We're gonna slow things down a little bit. I know, right? You're gonna fall asleep. Okay, great. We're gonna play a ballad for you, but it's a beautiful ballad. It's gonna feature Levi Little back there on trumpet, and then we also have Evan Darden up here on alto sax, and it's beautiful. It's called Lush Life. It was recently remade with Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. I mentioned this at LGPE. And some of you may go, Lady Gaga, ask your phone device to play Lush Life by Lady Gaga. I think you'd be quite impressed. So here we go. We're going to slow things down with Lush Life. chart also featured a little moment in there, a solo section with our trombone section, so yay trombones. This next piece, and the last piece that we're going to play, was actually arranged by one of our very own. It's not an easy chart. It is what's called fusion. It is a cross between jazz and rock and roll. I explained it at the Woodstock Arts Festival as being kind of like you just got sucked back into the 1970s and you're listening to commercials on TV or something of that nature. It's by a group called the Seatbelts, and the Seatbelts were made really popular with an anime cartoon that they did called Cowboy Bebop, the music to that, and the song Tank we played last year. And this year, we're going to do a piece called What Planet Is This? And it was arranged. And again, this was quite a feat of an individual to do this by our lead alto saxophone player, Evan Darden. So we'll recognize him. Evan will also have a pretty intense solo in the middle of this thing too. So sit back, hold on to your seats. Here goes What Planet Is This?
Yeah.